Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on to your seats and get ready as we're about to break down for you the official match card for JaM Unleashed, and with that, officially get the road to Unleashed started here with you all today. Between now and JaM Unleashed, which comes to you all live on March 27th at 11 PM UK, 7 PM Eastern on twitch.tv/BrokenFunBash, we will be having a whole bunch of JaM videos coming out on the run-up to the event to get you guys hyped and ready for a show of which the likes you will never have seen before. We'll be filling you in on all the details surrounding those videos at the end of this one, but for now, let's tell you guys about some of the exciting matches that we have coming up on this show, starting with this one right here taking place on the JaM Unleashed pre-show, the first ever tag match to take place here in JaM. That will be contested between members of AWOL, Jack Knudsen and Benjamin Harland versus the newly formed team of Alex Mercer and Ryu Takatsu. During the JaM Lionheart Championship tournament, both Mercer and Takatsu had the unfortunate pleasure of going one-on-one with Andre Delano, which in turn led to them getting to meet his goons, Knudsen and Harland, who subsequently ended up costing them their spots in the tournament. However, Alex and Ryu didn't go down without a fight, as on the final episode of Redemption before Unleashed, the two men launched a counter-attack against AWOL and left them lying in the dust, with the momentum swinging in the direction of Mercer and Takatsu, but the tag team experience being on the side of AWOL, this could truly be anyone's match. Who will make an impact and win the first ever tag team match in the history of JaM? As personal as it has gotten between these two tag teams, it's nothing compared to the heights that has been reached between these two men, Dangelo and Big M, as they get set to go one-on-one inside of a steel cage. The story between these two stars starts way back at JaM's first ever show, In Your House, as they were both involved in a 6-man battle royale to decide one of the 5 contenders who would compete for the JaM Twitch Championship on episode 1 of Redemption. While neither of these two men won the match, Big M did cause Dangelo to be eliminated from the match before he was, which put him above Dangelo in his mind in the running for the title. However, it was actually Dangelo who got given another opportunity to be in the match, and when he was added to the Fatal 5-Way, Big M was livid. Enraged, he hired Felix Blackcraft to take out Dangelo during the championship match, costing him the opportunity. Then, when Dangelo sought revenge on Felix for the attack, he was once again blindsided as Big M revealed himself as the man behind the attacks all along, and in the process cost Dangelo yet another match. Big M has now cost Dangelo 3 separate matches by having third parties interfere, but inside of a steel cage, there won't be any man who will be able to interfere and cost anyone anything. With the odds now on an even playing field, what will happen? Will Big M finally find the satisfaction that he's been searching for? Or will Dangelo bring an end to this nightmare that's been inflicted upon him? It was the prize that both Big M and Dangelo originally sought for, but currently, that JaM Twitch Championship sits around the waist of Blake Blackheart as he gets ready to defend it against the former and inaugural champion, the King of Glitter and Gold, Marcus Vendetta. Vendetta was the person who won the 5-way match to become the first ever JaM Twitch champion, and after having several successful championship defenses, lost the title to Blake Blackheart when Blake managed to pull a fast one on Marcus with the help of his friend, Cameron Anari. After seeing Marcus get a countless chain of controversial title defenses, it was only fitting to see him lose it in a similar fashion. After Marcus complained to Cameron Bash about the shenanigans, Bash appointed himself the guardian angel of this match, meaning that he can make any call he wants at any moment he wants, and he says he will do this to ensure that there is no more funny business when it comes to the Twitch Championship. With both a referee and the general manager watching over this match, this is surely going to be one that has to go straight down the middle. Only question is, who's going to come out on top? Will Marcus Vendetta leave this match a 2-time Twitch champion? Or will Blake Blackheart successfully retain the title for a second time? This next match takes place in a completely different setting from the rest of them, as the man from the woods, Ezna invites his rival Extreme Ortiz into his home for a backwards brawl match. The rivalry between these two has been heating up immensely, as this one also casts back to JAM in Your House, when these two men were involved in the first ever match in JAM's history, which was a triple threat match between themselves and Jimmy Darrow. In that match, Jimmy Darrow won by pinning Ezna, yet for some reason, Ezna was the one including in the Lionheart Championship tournament, and Ortiz wasn't. In a similar way to that of Big M, Ortiz was enraged over the fact that Ezna had been given an opportunity instead of him, but instead of getting someone else to launch this attack, launched one all on his own. As Ezna's one and only match of the tournament came to an end, Ortiz unleashed a devastating attack on him, exposing the wooden boards of the ring and then driving Ezna's head into it with his devastating burning hammer. We thought we had seen the last of Ezna as he spent the next few days in hospital, but as the next episode came around, he drove a stolen ambulance back to the arena for a revenge attack on Ortiz, this time driving his head into the steel top of a car. Ezna then proceeded to challenge Ortiz to a match in the woods, and since Ortiz is just as much of a maniac as Ezna is, he accepted. Now the rules of this match, or how exactly this is going to go down, is a mystery to us all. But one thing can be rest assured, and that is this match is going to be the kind of carnage we haven't seen in a long time. Who will walk out of the woods in one piece? Tune in to find out. Speaking of things you've not seen in a long time, what you see in this next match might be something you've never seen before in your entire life, as the God of Thunder, Colby Jordan, gets set to go to war with the Frozen Titan, Virgil Snow, in a battle of the gods. Honestly, not a lot is known about these two at this current moment in time. What started off looking like two impressive athletes had been signed to the roster had obviously developed into something a whole lot more than that. Snow has been leaving an icy path of destruction wherever he goes, dismantling his opponents and sending them away in unimaginable states. And when it seemed like he might just go over the edge and do something even crazier, Colby Jordan arrived. Riding in on the back of a Bifrost and with lightning at his fingertips, he sent a bolt hurtling towards Virgil, causing him to throw up an icy wall in defense. The sights we saw on that day is something most of us haven't been able to get out of our head, and it begs to reason that we may see something even more destructive come unleashed. Whatever goes down between these two beings come this event, one thing is for certain, and that is everyone should brace for impact. If we all survive the encounter between Jordan and Snow, then we'll be moving into the King of the Hill match, where 11 men will enter into a gauntlet-style match, where when only 2 people are left, ladders will be introduced into the mix, as they can then climb to the prize hanging above the ring, the JAM Mercury Championship. So far, 7 of the 11 men that will compete in this contest have been announced. Stigma was not only the first person to throw his name into the hat, but he threw his name in at number 1 in an attempt to prove to himself and the rest of the JAM universe that he's still got it. He set himself the goal of eliminating at least 5 people, but the second person to join the match will do everything in his power to stop him in achieving that goal, as he has entered himself at number 2 to see if he has what it takes to take down a fresh Stigma. Of course, that person is your boy, Jake. The next person to throw his name into the mix was the one and only Smack Talks, as he looks to rebuild his legacy here in JAM. Morningstar and Joshy P were the next people to join the match, added to the mix by Cameron Bash himself, and then at JAM Bash at the Beach, both Xavier Crace and Eamon Drake earned separate opportunities to be a part of this match. With the amount of competition that is already involved in this, and with 4 more entrants left to be announced, this could truly be anybody's game. Who will walk out of this one the first ever JAM Mercury Champion? And finally, in the main event of the evening, another first ever champion will be crowned as the finalists of the JAM Lionheart Championship Tournament. Andre Delano and Jimmy Darrow do battle to decide who will become the inaugural world champion of this movement. After a fierce tournament and taking out 3 opponents each, both of these men made it to the finals at JAM Redemption Episode 4 in what was shaping up to be an epic championship encounter between 2 great competitors. However, In a twisted act of greed, Andre Delano tried to claim the Lionheart Championship early by creating an entire hoax that not only caused Daro's semi-final match to be moved to the Uprise Arena, but also allowed Delano to attempt to cause immeasurable damage on Daro when he least expected it, when he smashed into the side of his car on his way back from the Uprise Arena, in a moment that could have spelled the end of the tournament. Thankfully, Daro was okay, and in retaliation, launched a huge counterattack on Delano to close the show. Just as Cameron Bash was about to cancel this match and punish Delano, Daro begged him to keep the match on, and instead insisted that it now become an Extreme Rules match. Bash accepted those terms, and here we are. Not the way we expected to arrive at the finals of this tournament, but an epic conclusion awaits us nonetheless. So, will it be Jimmy Daro who walks out of this Extreme Rules match the first ever JAM Lionheart champion? Or will Andre Delano complete his destiny and become world champion again for the first time in over 10 years? You can catch all of this action and more live on March 27th at 11 PM UK, 7 PM Eastern, only on twitch.tv/BrokenFunBash, with the replay airing live on this YouTube channel approximately 4 hours later. But wait, there's more. On top of JAM Unleashed coming to you on March 27th, we have a whole bunch of videos planned for you coming up on this channel for both new and veteran JAM viewers, including JAM's origin story, JAM Unleashed match promos, the story behind the Frozen Titan and the God of Thunder, and more. But one of the most exciting and important live events we have coming up is the JAM Redemption Marathon, taking place this weekend on Saturday, March 20th at 5 PM UK, 1 PM Eastern. This is an opportunity for new viewers to fully catch up on all of our Redemption episodes that built up to this pay-per-view event, as well as an opportunity for veteran viewers to refresh their memories before the big show 1 week later. Make sure you're following JAM on Twitter to keep up to date with every single piece of information that you're going to need for this event at Broken Fun Jam. Link in the description down below. Every time JAM produces a new show, we have one goal in the back of our heads, and that is to show you at least one thing that you have never seen before in a WWE game show. JAM Unleashed has blown that expectation out of the water, and there are multiple things taking place at this pay-per-view that have never been seen before anywhere else. Quite frankly, you do not want to miss it. Just to remind you one last time, this show comes to you live on March 27th at 11 PM UK /7 PM Eastern, only on twitch.tv/BrokenFunBash, with the replay premiere streaming live on this YouTube channel about 4 hours later. We are so excited for you guys to see what we've been working on. See you all on the 27th.